Hello students, let's continue with exercise B, 6B, continued. In the previous video we had done question number 1 to 8, 11, 12 and 14 to 16. We had completed these questions. Now I had deliberately skipped question number 9 and 10, which we will do today, because these questions 9 and 10, the method to solve these questions is a little different from the traditional method which we were doing in this simultaneous linear equation. In this exercise we are doing a method in which we equate the coefficient. We equate the coefficient of any one variable. Okay. So in the 9th and the 10th question, instead of equating the coefficient, we will do some different step in the beginning, and then in the end we will equate the coefficient. So how will it help? How is it different? How to identify whether it is a different type of sum? All that we will discuss now. Okay, so let's write the question first. The question says 13x plus 11y equals 70 and 11x plus 13y equals 74. Now if we try to solve this sum by the traditional method, that is by equating the coefficient, I will have to take LCM of 13 and 11, and here also I have to take the LCM of 11 or 13, one and the same. Okay, 11 into 13, the numbers will become very big, so calculation will become very difficult. To avoid that, there is a trick, that is, whenever you have a question like this, when the variable of x and the variable of y is same, you can see 13, and here the variable of y is same as the variable of x in the second equation. If the x of the first equation is same as the y of the second equation, and the y of the first equation is same as the x of the second equation, if these two numbers are same like this, then we can use one different approach. What can be done whenever you have this type of sum? Okay, first you have to understand the identification, that when the x and y are same and here y and x are same, these numbers can be anything. This doesn't matter. You have to look here that these two numbers and these two numbers are same. So what you have to do is you have to directly add these two equations, and you have to also subtract these two equations. That is the two extra steps. But how will it benefit us? Let's see. First I'll add the equations. Let's say they are equation 1 and equation 2. So add 1 and 2. When I add 1 and 2, 13x plus 11y equals 70 and 11x plus 13y equals 74. When we add both the equations, 13 plus 11 will give me 24x plus 13 plus 11 will give me 24y equals 144. Okay, always you will have these two numbers same. Then you have to take common this number. Take 24 common, so you will have x plus y equals 144. Okay, once you have x plus y is 144, so divide this 24 now. Okay, so this x plus y will become 6. You have got an equation only, but let's name this equation 3. Now after this, subtract these both these equations. Okay, and it doesn't matter if you write the second equation first or you write the first equation second, it doesn't matter. Position doesn't matter. So I will subtract these two equations. Signs will change because we are subtracting. So 13x minus 11x will give me 2x. 11y minus 13y will give me minus 2y equals 70 minus 74, that is minus 4. Now take 2 common. So x minus y equals minus 4. So x minus y is minus 4 upon 2. X minus y is minus 2. Okay, now once you have, let's name this equation 4. Now once you have these two equations, now solve them simultaneously. means solve them like this, these two equations, because they are simpler equations now. See, they're simple equations. So now add equation 3 and 4. Okay, so x plus y equals 6 and x minus y equals minus 2. When you add these two equations, x plus x is 2x, minus y plus y will get cancelled, and 6 minus 2 will give me 4. So x will be equal to 2. Understood? And once you have x, you can put them in any equation. Okay, so let's say you use this equation. So put x is equals to 2 in equation 3. So equation 3 is x plus y equals 6. That means 2 plus y equals 6. So y is 6 minus 2. That is 4. This is the way we find the value of x and y. Okay. So whatever question you have, first once you identify that this question is of this type where x and y are same and y and x are same. So first add the both equations, you will get one equation. Subtract both the equations, you will get a simpler equation, and then solve these two simple equations by adding them. You get x, then you substitute, you will get y. Okay, so copy in the same order. First copy this, then this part, then here, and then this part. Pause the video and copy it. I will continue with the next sum. Next, question number 10 is of a similar type. There are only two questions in the exercise of this type and one in the solved example. So you can refer those three questions for revision or practice. Now, this next sum is of the same type and we will solve it with the same steps. So you can see 41x, 53y, 53x, 41y. So these two are same and these two are same. Okay, so if we try to solve this with the traditional method, with the normal method of equating the coefficient, so you will have to take the LCM of 53 and 41, which is very big. So instead of that, what we will do, we will add both the equations and subtract both the equations. Okay, and we will get two simpler equations and then we will solve them. So let's add them. I'll directly start by adding the equations. So 41 plus 53 will give me 94x, 53 plus 44 will give me 94y, and 135 plus 147 will give me 282y. Okay, take 94 common here, 282. So x plus y equals 282 upon 94. That is x plus y is 3. Okay, if they are equation 1 and 2, let's name this equation 3. Now let's subtract both these equations. So 41x plus 53y equals 130y. 53x plus 41y equals 147. Let's subtract both this equation. So 41 minus 53 will be minus 12x. 53y minus 41y will be plus 12y, and 135 minus 147 will give me minus 12. So I'll first take 12 common here. You can take minus 12 also common, or you can take 12 also common. It's up to you. If I'm taking 12 common, so I will get minus x plus y equals minus 12. Minus x plus y is minus 12 upon 12. I have divided this 12 here. So 12 will cancel. Minus x plus y is minus 1. Now you have these two simple equations. Let's say this is equation 4. Now add equation 3 and 4. So x plus y equals 3 and minus x plus y equals minus 1. When you add the equations, x minus x will get cancelled. Y plus y is 2y, 3 minus 1 is 2. So y is 2 upon 2, that is 1. Once you have y is 1, put y is equals to 1 in any of these equations. Let's say I put it in equation 3. equation 3, that is x plus y equals 3. So x plus 1 equals 3, so x is equals 2. Y is 1, x is 2. This is how the sum will be done. So just pause the video and copy the sum. I'll change the page. Now, we are already done with question number 11 and 12. We are left with question number 13, 17, 18 and 19. Now these are not different. These are very simple questions. Only the calculative part, only the beginning first, where you have to take the LCM and form the equations, is a little lengthy in these questions. So I'll start these questions for you and solve till forming the equations, and then you can do it. They are very simple. I'll also give you the solutions for these questions. They are simple, only they are calculative. So the 13th question, like for example, there are two sub questions in question number 13. The first one, let's do the first one. So I have y plus 3. Just a second. Sorry, y plus 7 upon 5 equals 2y minus x upon 4 plus 3x minus 5. Can you see? They have given the equation in a complex form. So first we have to simplify it. So what will I do? First, on the right hand side I can see two different terms. So here and here, first I'll take LCM. Okay, so in these number in the denominator should have 4. Okay, so this 4 will get multiplied with this number. You will have 4 3s are 12x, 4 5s are 20 upon 4. Okay, now we will cross multiply. Once we have single denominator on both sides, then we will cross multiply. So this 4 will go here. 4 into y plus 7 equals, this 5 will get multiplied here. Okay, so what is here? 2y minus x plus 12 is plus 11x minus 20. So this is 4y plus 28 equals 10y plus 55x minus 100. Now let's shift the equations. So when you shift the equation, you will get, let's say I'll shift this minus 100 here, so 100 plus 28, and I'll shift this 4y on the right hand side. So 55x plus 10y minus 4y. Okay, so 128 is 55x plus 6y. So this is my first equation, 55x plus 6y. Okay, in the same way I'll find the second equation. It is 7 minus 5x upon 2 plus 3 minus 4y upon 6 equals 5y minus 18. All these sums, all these four sums will have these type of questions where the question is given in complex form. You have to first simplify and form an equation. Okay, this also I will simplify and form an equation. Before simplification, I must see here that I'll take LCM first. So there is 2 here. I'll multiply this with 3. Okay, so 3 7s are 21 minus 3 5s are 15x upon 6 plus 3y minus 4 upon 6 equals 5y minus 18. Now denominator is same, 21 minus 15x plus 3 minus 4y equals 5y minus 18. Now this 6 will go here and get multiplied. 21 plus 3 is 24 minus 15x minus 4y equals, the 6 will get multiplied, 6 5s are 30y minus 18 into 6. 18 into 6 will give you 108. Then shift this 108 on the left hand side. So 24 plus 108 equals, this minus 15 and this minus 4 will shift it on the right hand side. So it will become plus 15 plus 4y plus 30y. Okay, so 24 plus 108 is 132 and equals 15x plus 34y. This will be my equation 2. So I have the two equations now. 15x plus 34y is 132 and 55x plus 6y is 128. But you see the numbers are big, so the LCM will also be big. Okay, so which number will you choose to take equate, x or y? Y seems to be easy, 6y and 34y. Okay, so what can I make the changes? I can multiply this 34 with, to bring the LCM of 6 and 34. What will be the LCM of 6 and 34? So 2 3s are 17s are, 3 1s are, and 17 1s are. So 17 into 3 into 2 is the LCM. So 17 into 3 into 2 will give me 102. So the LCM will be 102. Okay, you could have also equate 55x and 15x. It's up to you. So I'm 34, 102 LCM है, 34y and इन दोनों को मैंने इक्वेट किया, 34y and 6y. ओके, सो 34 को 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करना होगा, 34 3 जा 102 एंड 6 को 17 से, 17 6 जा 102. Okay, so this entire equation will get multiplied with 17 and this entire equation with 3. So what will happen now, when you multiply this equation by 17, you will get 120. First let's write x. So 55 into 17 will give you 935x plus 17 into 6, 102y equals 17 into 128. That is 2176. Okay, then here 3 will get multiplied with all these numbers. So 15 into 3 is 45x, 34 into 3 is 102y equals 132 into 3 will give you 396. Okay, let's subtract. So what will be 935 minus 45? It's 890. This will get cancelled. Equals 2176 minus 396 will give me 1780. Now therefore x will be 1780 upon 890 and that is 2. Okay, so x क्या मिल गया? 2. Now once you have x as 2, you can use any equation and find y. Take any simple equation. Take this equation or take this equation and find y. Okay, so put the value of x equals to in equation, let's say 1. Okay, so this you have to do it on your own. Pause the video and complete this sum. Find the value of y. Find the value of y. I hope you have understood this type of sums where the question is not simplified. So we have to simplify the question, form an equation, simplify the question, form an equation, and then solve these two equations. Okay. So this exercise, the remaining sums, that is sum number 17, 18 and 19. All three sums, in fact the second sub-question 2 of 13, sub-question 2 of 13, the 17th sum, 18th and 19th, all these sums are similar type like we did here. Okay, so I want you to do these sums on your own. It's practice. Okay, I will send you solution also. Along with the video, I will send you a solution of these sums, because if there is a sign mistake somewhere or you get stuck on a particular step, you can look up the solution for the answer. Okay, but mainly these type of sums which are so big with the numbers which are given complex have less chances of coming in exam. Okay, so don't do these sums once you are done with the entire exercise, then focus on these sums. Okay, don't spend too much of time here. Okay, so with these you do it on your own. We can start with the next exercise, that is exercise 6C. Now, the exercise 6C is about cross multiplication method. In the beginning of the chapter, I told you that 6A is about substitution method, 6B is about equating coefficients, and 6C is about cross multiplication. Okay, this is the least used method among the three. Okay, the second one is mostly used, the first one is used depending upon the sum, but this is the least used method. Okay, but we have to study it, because if they ask us the question that solve the following equations using the cross multiplication method, if they mention that in the question, then we will have to use this cross multiplication. Okay, and that is why we have to solve it also. So let's understand how this cross multiplication method works. This is a very different method compared to other sums. In all the sums, the entire exercise 6C is same. Okay, so even if we do 3-4 sums in the video, that would be more than enough. You can practice the remaining sums on your own, because they are exactly same. There is no difference, no variation. And if you get stuck on any particular step, then you must, for this cross multiplication, you must look up the solved examples, because in the solved examples also they have explained it very beautifully with each and every step in detail. So if you get stuck, you can look up the solved examples while practicing, while homework or etc. Okay. Now let's do the first question. Now mind it that this method is very different from all the other methods. It has its own set of steps and own set of way to find the solution of x and y. Now, in cross multiplication method, the question must be in this form. In this form means after the equal to sign you should have 0. In this equation you can see after the equal to sign I have 17, so I will shift this 17 on the left hand side. Okay, so it is necessary to bring the question in this form. Okay, x, y, number and equal to 0. Always, you cannot keep it in this form and solve the question. No, you have to keep it in this form. It is called as ax plus by plus c equals 0. It is called as this form, standard form of equation. You have to bring it in this form. Now, once you have the equation in this form, the second step is to find the values of a, b and c. See, this is the first equation, this is the second equation. Okay, so here this is a, this is b, this is c. In the second equation, this is a, b and c. This is my first equation, so I will name this as a1, b1 and c1. This is my second equation, so I'll name them as a2, b2 and c2. Okay, now very simple, the coefficient of x is a, the coefficient of y is b, the coefficient, the constant here, the number is c, equals 0. Now you have to write these numbers in a particular form, and what that form is, you have to remember this. You have to remember this sequence b, c, a, b. You have to remember this sequence b, c, a, b. You will have to learn this. Okay, b, c, a, b, b, c, a, b. Write it twice. The first one you'll have 1 because it is for the first equation, and the second is for the second equation. Okay, so b1, c1, a1, b1, b2, c2, a2, b2. Okay, now let's substitute their values. What are the values of b1, c1, a1, b1? In this way, same way here. So b1, what is b1? Along with the sign. b1 is -4 along with the sign. So this is -4. C1 is +6. Remember, I am writing the coefficients, the numbers, okay, not the variable here. x और y को यहाँ पे नहीं लिखना है, यहाँ पे सिर्फ numbers आएंगे, जो numbers है ना साथ में, सिर्फ ये numbers आएंगे यहाँ पे. Okay, so b1 means this number, coefficient of y. c1 हो गया a1 is 3 and again b1, so b1 is -4. Okay, now why this is the sequence and why we have to do it in this way? These questions are a part of derivation of these formula, this method, which is not important for us. We have to use the method, we have to understand the application of that method. Okay, now b2, c2, a2, b2, I'll take the values from here. So b2 is 3, c2 is -17, a2 is 4, and again b2 is 3. Okay, so first you write the equation in this form, then you label a1, b1, c1, a2, b2, c2. Okay, and then you write this form and you substitute the values. Okay, now once you have this, the next step is to write x upon, give a equal to sign, something is to become, something will come here, I'll tell you what. Then y upon, something will come here too, equals 1 upon, right, like this. And now what will come in the denominators here? Listen carefully. All the information will come from here. How? We have to take 2 columns at a time and cross multiply. Okay, first I will multiply these two numbers. I am writing for x first. Okay, so I will multiply -4 into -17, -4 into -17. Okay, ऊपर से नीचे multiply किया, and then 3 into 6. Okay, 3 into 6, and बीच में आएगी माइनस की साइन. Okay, means -4 into -17 minus 3 into 6. Okay, or you can say like this, b1 into c2, b2 into c1. Okay, b1 into c2 minus b2 into c1. ओके, सो ये फर्स्ट 2 कॉलम्स में किया, ये फर्स्ट 2 कॉलम्स में किया, ऐसा ऊपर से नीचे, नीचे से ऊपर, क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई, एंड इसकी वैल्यूज यहाँ लिखी. ठीक है, नाउ द नेक्स्ट 2 कॉलम्स, टेक द नेक्स्ट 2 कॉलम्स. ओके, सो 6 into 4, ये y के नीचे आएगा, 6 into 4 minus -17 into 3, दैट इज -17 into 3. ओके, ये किया. अब लास्ट 2 कॉलम्स. ओके, सो 3 into 3 minus 4 into minus 4. Okay, so in bracket 4 into minus 4. ब्रैकेट की हैबिट रखो सो दैट मल्टीप्लिकेशन में प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. ठीक है, अब ये होने के बाद सम ऑलमोस्ट डन है. सो क्या होगा, x अपॉन माइनस 4 इंटू माइनस 17 इज प्लस 68 माइनस 3 into 6 is 18. Okay, equals y upon 6 4s are 24. Minus minus will become plus. Okay, or you can first multiply 17 into 3 is minus 51. This will become minus 51 and minus minus will become plus. So here I will have 51 equals 1 upon 3 into 3 is 9. Minus in 4 into minus 4 is minus 16. So minus minus will become plus 16. Now x upon 50 equals y upon 75 equals 1 upon 15. Okay, now we are very near to our answer. Now you can solve the first. See, all three are equal. There are equal to sign in between. Okay, all three are equal. So I will equate the first and the last first because ये दोनों unknown है. So पहले first और last को equate करते हैं. Equate means x upon 50 equals 1 upon 15. So 15 will go here. I'm sorry, this is 25. Very sorry. This is 25. Okay, so this 50 will go here. 50 upon 25. So x will be 2. We got the answer for x. Okay, now I will equate these two. So y upon 75 equals 1 upon 25. So y is 75 upon 25, that is 3. See, कुछ अलग तरीके से ही आपको आंसर आ गया. x is 2 and y is 3. Okay, even if you solve the same questions with simultaneous equation method, equating coefficients, you will get the same answer. Okay, so this is how we had to do this sum. First writing them in this form, then labeling them a1 b1 c1, a2 b2 c2, then write in standard form, cross multiply the first denominator, second denominator, and this is पहले ऊपर से नीचे. ठीक है, तो minus 4 into minus 17 minus 3 into 6, 6 into 4 minus 17 into 3, 3 into 3 minus 4 into minus 4. These three denominators, then you simplify them, or if you take two at a time. So x upon 50 and 1 upon 25, 7 upon y upon 75 and 1 upon 25, and you got the values of x and y. So I hope you have understood this method. All the sums in this exercise are same. Okay, exactly same, and you will get the answer proper in the end. You will get answer as 1, 2, minus 1, minus 2, 1 upon 2, simple answers. Okay, your answers won't be big numbers or complex numbers or decimal numbers. Generally the answers are very simple. Now in this exercise all the sums are same, all the sums are easy. You have to just follow these steps, except the last two sums, the question number 11 and the question number 12, because the question number 11 has decimal points and the question number 11 has root, which makes these two questions different from others. Okay, so I'll do these two questions in the video. Remaining questions I will give you for homework. Remaining questions you must solve it in your classwork as well as in your homework. Okay, and just take a look at question number 4. The second equation is given as like this: 3x equals minus 10 minus 4y. So first you will shift these two numbers here. So it will become 3x plus 4y plus 10 equals 0. So what I want to say again is that this form is important. You have to keep the question in this form. Even if they give you like this, you have to shift them on one side, all the numbers, and make equal to 0. Okay, once you have in this form, then you can say this is a1, this is b1, and this is c1. Okay, so solve from question number 2 to 10. This is your homework in your classwork book. Okay, and whenever I give you homework for the entire chapter, you have to do it again. So in the classwork, you can do this today after completing the video. I'll do the 11th and 12th sum for you quickly. The steps for these sums are also same, but the calculation, because it is a decimal point, I will do it for you. Now, in the sum, you can see all the numbers are in decimal. So, one simple way in which you can remove these decimal points is by multiplying both the equations by 10. You can do this. Multiply both the equations by 10. Once I multiply this with 10, what will happen? The 0.4 will become 4x, 1.5 will become 15y, 6.5 will become 65, this will become 3x plus 2y equals 9. Now, if I shift them on the left hand side to bring them in the standard form, this is minus 65 and 3x plus 2y minus 9 equals 0. Now this is a normal sum where this is your a1, b1, c1 and this is a2, b2 and c2, correct? Just write them in the standard form and solve the sum. Okay, so I just did these steps to make you understand that this is a way in which you can remove the decimal point. Okay, you can multiply the entire equation, in fact with any number, but here to make it simple we multiply it with 10. Okay, so further you can solve it on your own. Next is root 2x minus root 3y equals 0. Root 5x plus root 2y equals 0. Okay, so see, there is x, there is y, and there is no number here. I mean, here we have x variable, y variable, and we have a number also, a constant term. Okay, but there is no constant term here. That means that constant term is 0. Okay, you can write it like this, plus 0. You don't have that number here, equals to 0, and root 5x plus root 2y plus 0 equals 0. This is just to make you understand. Okay, even if you don't write this plus 0, it is okay. Now this is a1, b1, c1, a2, b2 and c2, correct? So I will write b, c, a, b, b, c, a, b. Okay, the first one is 1, second is for the equation 2. Okay, so what is b1? And b1 is root 3, b2 is root 2, c1, c2 both are zeros, a1, a2 root 2, root 5, again b1, b2 is root 3 and root 2. Now once I have this, next step is x upon, y upon and 1 upon. Okay, so x upon, first I'll multiply this into this. So root 3 into 0 minus root 2 into 0. Y upon 0, y the next two columns, so 0 into root 5 minus 0 into root 2. Okay, and here this was the second one, and the last one is these two. First two पहले ऊपर से नीचे, so root 2 into root 2 is 2 minus root 5 into root 3 is root 15. Okay, now root 3 into 0 is 0, Root 2 into 0 is 0, so this is nothing but x upon 0. 0 into root 5 is 0. 0 into root 2 is also 0, so this is also 0. 1 upon 2 minus root 5. Okay, now take one at a time. So x upon 0 equals 1 minus 2 minus root 15. Okay, now the 0 will go here and get multiplied with this fraction. Okay, so you will get 0 is equals to 0 into 1 upon 2 minus root 5. Anything into 0 is 0, so x is 0. Similarly for these two, y upon 0 equals 2 minus root 15. The 0 will go here and effectively make this fraction 0. Okay, so you will get y also as 0. Okay, so with this we complete the exercise 6c also. The question number 2 to 10 were very easy, simple. Just study the question number 1 properly, the video. You can rewind and see the question number 1. Keep that video on and solve the 2 to 10 questions also using cross multiplication only. Okay, that's it for today. In the next exercise we'll start with 6d. Once 6d is done, 6e and 6f are based on word problems. Okay, but before solving the word problems, you should be thorough in how to solve the two equations. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you.